Well, hello, my art people. I have our next assignment, and this is a very interesting one. I don't know if you've ever done any type of grid challenge before, but this is a great exercise that helps you to see the relationships between positive and negative space. This allows you to draw proportions accurately, as well as see objects and lines and shapes as they truly are in life and not what you memorize things to be. So, this exercise is going to prepare you all really well for the future drawing assignment that you all will be doing for your shoes. Now, your shoe drawing that is coming up next will be gridded, and I'm expecting for your drawing to reflect the proportions of your photo as well as the positive and negative relationships that you see in the lines and shapes of your shoes. So what you guys are going to do, you will find this sheet, obviously, in Schoology. You will print out this sheet, and you're going to end up drawing, well, all this jumbled up stuff. But with this, you're going to put this in order. All of this is just crazy out of order. It will actually end up forming a image. So just know that there is sense behind all of this stuff. So if for some reason you guys do not have a printer, or if you're not able to get to a printer, send me a little email and just let me know and give me your home address, and I could actually mail you guys this sheet. Just make sure that you send it to me really soon so that you'll have a couple of days waiting for this particular assignment so that you will not get behind on it. So what will happen with your drawings is you guys, as I said before, you will go in order, and you guys are going to start row 1. You're just going to go the way that you read and then go to each additional row as you draw. One thing that I will say, and I'm going to demonstrate this for you guys in just a minute, if the things, like for instance, you draw this whole row and you start on the second row, if the things on number 9 right here don't match up with what you see in number 1, what you're going to need to do is reassess the lines and look at the spaces in between your lines that you created on 1 and make sure that they're correct, and vice versa. Your positive and negative space relationship on 9 may not be correct. So you've got to figure out which areas, this and this and this and this, they should all line up and connect. All these lines, when put in order, is going to form something. So it's a surprise, and it deals with the current assignment. I'll just say that it has the flavor of the current assignment, and no, you are not drawing shoes. So so definitely treat this as a great exercise to get your mind thinking in the way that you need to be thinking whenever you start on your actual shoe assignment. So one of the big challenges that you guys are going to have is, well, trying to put all this in order. It's kind of like putting together a puzzle. So anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to take, this is number 1, and you are going to initially, before you start drawing, look at this negative space. And what I usually do whenever I actually draw the negative space, I'll look and I'll make a mark as to where this black line is going to start in relation to the white, and then where I see midway at the midpoint, and then where I see that it ends. And with that, all I have to do at this point is I connect my dots with a line right there. So you can go back over if you need to. Next thing, you do the same thing. Instead of looking at this line in general, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at, well, you can look at the thickness of this line, but you're really going to look at where this line is in relation to your next little line that you're going to make. So you're going to examine this white little space right here. So from that, let's see, I'm gonna make a mark here. And then I may make a mark here. So I'm looking at my white space. So this is my white space, and here this would be my black space. Okay. And then I'm gonna go back and observe it. The main thing to tell you too, as you're drawing, is to look at your black while you're drawing, but you're also going to look at your white as well when you go. And try your best, this is a bit of a challenge, to make one singular lines. Try not to sketch like that. You're just trying to, even now if you go back, I mean it's okay, but I'm trying to train you guys not to sketch. Okay. So the next one, I'm looking at this white space right here. You see this white space that exists here, and I'm looking at where this line ends in relation to my white space right there. So make my little dots here. You may have to readjust yourself if you need to, and then you connect those things. So go back, look again at what you have. There is one little line that I need to taper in and adjust just a little bit to make that work here. Okay, and so the next thing you're going to do is you'll very neatly, and I'll just do this by hatching, you're going to fill in your black lines. And after you fill in your black lines, just look at your white space and ask yourself, does the white space match the white space? And does the black space match the black space? And I would say that it does. One thing that you can do if you feel like you're going to have issues with matching certain things, you could actually, you know how I'm telling you to do it row by row, which that's great, that's fine. You could do it quadrant by quadrant if you wanted to do 4 and 4 and 4, just so you'll make sure that this row matches this row, matches this row, matches that row. However you want to do it. I'm demonstrating number 1, 2, 9, and 10 just for that reason, so that you guys can see. And I may speed up just a little bit on the 9 and 10, but oh, let's see, what are we? Okay, we're doing okay with time. Okay, so we have 9, which is right here, which we have a huge white space right here. So I'm marking my black here, and I'm gonna mark my black here. So the middle, I'm doing, and then I bet you don't miss that noise, some of you guys who are at home. Okay. So main thing, I'm looking at this big gaping white space, and I'm judging my black parts based on that. I'm making sure this does connect with this. I'm double checking that. Let's see here. Looking at my loop. Here you can make little marks too for your loop. Okay, and I've got a, see this teeny tiny white triangle. If you can find a way to, when you're drawing this thing, to try to break things down into shapes, it's very helpful. I will say eventually, and I did draw this thing before I gave this to you just to make sure that it would be appropriate for you guys. One thing that I will say, I did just fine, but then I realized what I was drawing at some point in my work, and I had to flip it and then like upside down and sideways so that I wouldn't recognize it as that. Once you start recognizing things as items and you start naming things, and you know, it's like, oh, it's a tree, it's a, you know, it's a cow, it's whatever, then you kind of, like your left side of your brain, which is the side that names things, it gets things kind of jumbled up, and you start drawing from your memory, and that's never good. So I'm looking at 2. This is dadgummit complicated. I've gotta do something complicated. At least you know that you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. All right, so this does run together. What I would recommend you doing is as you draw, have it all drawn out before you fill it in. What I just did was probably not good. It's difficult for me to talk while I'm drawing. Okay. Curves are always a challenge. I'm trying to draw this little thing here. Okay. One thing that I will never do, I'll never give y'all something that I can't do, so I definitely want to give y'all confidence on your shoe project. Yeah, we got a little triangle here. You can kind of see I'm really truly looking at these shapes in the white. Before y'all start on your shoe, I do want you to feel good about what you're doing. So the shoes, I found out with mine, considering mine has a lot of pattern, it is quite a challenge with some of your shoes. But if you will look at things as little shapes that fit together almost like a puzzle, and just look at the abstract nature, zero in on those things, you're going to have a more successful drawing. Here's this. Okay. So yeah, this line didn't quite line up with that, so I've got to assess 2. This is 2, this is 10, and double check things. And one thing that I didn't do, I didn't make my marks at my 10, and that's why I got off track. If that method does not work for you, find something else, but it does help me. It's like a roadmap that helps me to not get so lost. I'm looking at this little space, I'm looking at this little space. And if you need to make more marks, make more marks. I hope this will help you. I hope you'll gain some confidence in knowing that you can do this. I think anybody can be trained to draw in this way. And I feel like this is going to make your shoe project more polished and more mature looking, and hopefully you'll like the image that is produced from this. It's a really cool, interesting image that I think will appeal to you, especially in 2020. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video, but I hope you guys have a happy and a healthy, and I will definitely be checking with y'all soon. So with that, I will see you later.